What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Domuto. We back with another video today. We are watching what if Goku was in My Hero Academia. Today we're watching part 3 and part 4, I believe. And yeah, I'm very interested in this story. See how Goku would do with My Hero Academia. You know what I'm saying? So I like the first 2 parts, but I reacted to those already. So make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it.
The students are preparing themselves for their trip to the USJ, and Mr. Aizawa walks over to Goku and Deku, who are talking, and Aizawa tells Deku that since his costume was destroyed, he will have to wear his PE uniform to the USJ, while everyone else wears their hero costumes. Deku being fine with this, so after some time passes, and everyone is in their hero costumes on the bus, other than Midori, whose outfit was completely destroyed in the Heroes vs Villains training battle. All of the students are talking about who has the strongest quirk, and some of them say Todoroki, but others say Goku. Goku's quirk seems just like All Might's, even more so than Midoriya's quirk, since Goku doesn't hurt himself while using his quirk. Todoroki just looks away, not caring about the other students' opinions, as he knows he is the strongest. He has to be.
Nigga.
The students then arrive at the USJ. The students meeting the Hero 13, and they all walk inside the USJ, and the students look in awe at the building. It looks so cool. Then, out of nowhere, a giant purple and black portal begins to open, and then a bunch of villains walk out of it. Mr. Aizawa then tells 13 to protect the students and get to the exit, then jumping down and beginning to take on the villains. However, Mr. Aizawa looks in shock when he sees his student Goku jump down alongside him. Mr. Aizawa shouts at Goku to get out of here, but Goku refuses, saying Mr. Aizawa's quirk isn't good for long battles with so many opponents. He won't win alone. Mr. Aizawa knows Goku is right. He could use the help, so he tells Goku fine, but the moment things get out of control, he runs for the door. Goku nods, and then Goku and Mr. Aizawa fight all the weakling villains side by side. Goku's mastery of multiple types of martial arts, along with his immense strength, make it easy for him to take out the C-list villains. Mr. Aizawa is doing far better than he was in canon, thanks to Goku's help, and eventually, the two defeat all of the weak villains, and come face to face with the main two. Aizawa rushing in and attempting to elbow Shigaraki. However, he catches the elbow and he begins to decay it. Goku then jumps in, kicking Shigaraki in the jaw and sending him flying back. Shigaraki then laughing and saying, "I thought Eraserhead was cool, but he needs some help of some dumb kid." Goku smirks, saying if he is the final boss, then he is disappointed. But Shigaraki then begins to uncontrollably laugh. "I'm not the final boss." Goku and Mr. Aizawa then turn around, seeing the Nomu, and the Nomu then punches Goku away, and begins to brutally beat on Eraserhead to Shigaraki's gleeful delight. Goku stands back up, wiping blood from his face, and he rushes towards the Nomu to help Mr. Aizawa, attempting to punch the Nomu, but the Nomu clashes his fist with Goku's, creating a massive shockwave and sending Goku flying back. And Goku feels great pain in his arm, but it isn't broken. The Nomu then continues to beat on Aizawa. Goku watching the entire thing with complete fear and anger at himself for not being able to do anything. The Nomu then goes in for another strike on the pro hero, seemingly being the final blow, but someone catches the punch. It is Goku, his eyes now being a yellow colour, and he harnesses the power of an Uzari without becoming one. Goku then punches the Nomu back, the Nomu actually being pushed back a great distance. However, it seems the attack did no damage. Shigaraki then jumps at Goku from behind, attempting to grab onto his head and decay it. But Goku quickly reacts, turning around and beginning to crouch, and then the image of Bakugo using his explosions appears in his head. For some reason, Goku has the instinct to try replicate this, so he does, but instead of an explosion, a small blue ball of energy appears in his hand, and he hits Shigaraki with it, sending him up into the air, where the Nomu quickly jumps and catches him. Shigaraki then looks at his torso, having severe burn marks, as Shigaraki begins to scream out of anger, shouting for the Nomu to kill that kid. Deku and his group eventually arrive, watching as Goku and the Nomu trade blows, and they see as Kurogiri appears next to Shigaraki. Deku now has to decide what to do. He can either go and try help Goku, or he can go and try fight the other two villains. Goku looks like he's greatly outmatched, but thanks to his martial arts skill, he's able to dodge a lot of the Nomu's heaviest punches, and land some good punches of his own. Deku then watches, as Shigaraki begins walking to the heavily injured Aizawa. Deku making his choice, and he jumps in and tries to punch Shigaraki. However, a purple and black portal then appears in front of Deku, and Shigaraki's arm comes through it, about to touch Deku's face, however it is hit with another blue ball of energy. Shigaraki, Deku, and Kurogiri look over to Goku, who is heavily injured but shot the ball of energy with one arm while blocking a powerful punch by the Nomi with his other. Shigaraki scowls. Kurogiri, go help the Nomi finish that kid. It is taking too long. Kurogiri is about to do so, but then the USJ doors slam open and a dominating figure jumps through them, shouting, "I am here!"
Yes, sir.
All Might then jumps down to the fight, punching the Nomi with Goku, who is heavily injured and is fading in and out of consciousness. All Might tells the boy, "He can rest now. He is here, and he will deal with those villains." All Might then begins his battle with the Nomi and Kurogiri, and the following events remain the same, up until everyone returns to school. After they are allowed some time off for a couple of days, Goku walks into the class, and all of the students begin to cheer, to Goku's complete and utter surprise. Yaoyorozu says that Goku was amazing defending Mr. Aizawa, and asks Goku if he is okay. Goku slightly blushes, saying he is fine, and anyone else would have done the same. Deku then walks up to Goku, wanting to ask about what happened to Goku in the USJ. He saw his hair stick up, and his eye colour changed, and he was way stronger than he should have been. Not to mention, he seemingly used a different quirk entirely with whatever that blue energy was. But before he gets a chance, Mr. Aizawa says he wants to speak with Goku in private. Goku agreeing, as him and Mr. Aizawa walk into the corridor alone. Aizawa thanks Goku for saving him. Even though it was reckless, he may not be standing here today if Goku didn't. Mr. Aizawa wants to know what the hell that transformation of Goku's was. Goku tells Aizawa that, being completely honest, he has no idea, but whatever it was, he hasn't been able to tap into it since, and he doesn't think he'll be able to for a while. Aizawa then asks, "How were you able to use another quirk? You created blue balls of energy out of thin air, and for someone with a strength quirk, that shouldn't be possible, not even including your strange transformation." Goku says he is sorry, but yet again, he doesn't know. He just pictured Bakugo's explosions in his head, and he just instinctually tried to replicate it. He doesn't know why, and he doesn't know how he was able to create energy. However, unlike the transformation, he can still use that energy, showing Aizawa as he creates a small ball of energy in his hand, and it then dissipates. But Goku then tells Aizawa that he feels like there is more to it. Like, not only can he create energy attacks, but just the fact that he feels like every aspect of him has become stronger because of it. And he believes he may even be able to use that energy in different ways. Aizawa thanks Goku for his time, telling him he can go back into the class, and he'll be there shortly. Goku saying okay, as he does so. Aizawa stands in the corridor alone, thinking that he will have to keep his eye on Goku, and tell Principal Nezuo about his discoveries. Maybe even All Might as well. Aizawa then walks back into his class to tell the students about the UA Sports Festival. Aizawa thinking that this will give him the perfect chance to watch Goku. However, this is where we're going to end off this part.
Okay.
Every student in UA gets in their PE uniform, as the day of the UA Sports Festival has arrived. Todoroki declares war with both Deku and even Goku. Deku, because of his strange relationship with All Might, and Goku, because he believes him to be the only obstacle between him and the winning position. Bakugo in the background gets furious, as he is yet again being looked down on. Well, they will all see. He will be the one to win this sports festival. We now head to the first round of the sports festival. The obstacle course race. Todoroki would end up freezing a 0-point robot and taking the lead as per normal, but when Todoroki turns around, he sees Goku right on his tail, with Bakugo and a few others behind him. Goku then watches as Todoroki easily slides across the rope to the second part, and Goku knows he can make it across by running over the ropes, but there will be many people who could get across faster than him, including Bakugo, who is right behind him. Goku keeps running until he reaches the edge, but instead of running on the ropes, he decides to take a leap of faith, and he jumps into the hole next to it. The announcer screams into the mic, not knowing what the student was doing. However, the entire crowd begins to cheer as they see Goku flying up from the hole. Goku sees Zero Rocker, winking as he got the idea from her quirk, and he then flies over the stage with ease. Now arriving at the final stage, where he sees Todoroki approaching the end.
Super nigga.
Goku flies as fast as he can.
This nigga super nigga. This nigga Goku go to My Hero. This nigga go to the My Hero School and turn to Duke. Like, this nigga. This is super nigga. I'd be pissed off if I was in this classroom. That's your regular ass court. This nigga Goku just coming up with new powers every day and shit. and then he gets stronger every time he gets his ass whooped. Like, I don't. This.
Now
quit.
being beside Todoroki, as Bakugo arrives beside them as well. The three of them fighting for the first place position, but the three of them look in shock as Midoriya blasts past them on a piece of a 0-point robot, using the minefield to blast himself forward, and he wins the obstacle course race. Goku coming in second place, with Todoroki in third, and Bakugo in fourth. Shigaraki watches this happen on a computer, and he begins to scratch his neck. This brat just keeps getting stronger. Aizawa watches from the announcer box, and he is suspicious. Goku's newly discovered energy quirk seems to have adapted. He remembers Goku saying he thought it could be used in different ways, but the ability to fly was not what he was expecting. But that does actually remind him of a student in a higher year of UA. We now head to the cavalry battle. Goku replacing Tokiyami on Deku's team, and because of his newly unlocked ability to fly, along with the jetpack that Hatsume made, they are easily able to evade the other teams, and they end the round with their team being in first. So everyone else in the finals remains as per normal, other than Goku replacing Tokiyami, meaning he will face off against Momo. The two having some attraction towards each other, so even though Goku does end up winning their battle, he tries his best not to hurt her, and still lets her land some attacks to make her look good. Momo did notice this, and after the round comes to an end, she thanks Goku, blushing as she does, and she then walks away. Deku and Todoroki have their battle as per usual, forcing Todoroki to use his fire side, and we now head to the battle between Goku and Bakugo.
That was a cool little fight.
Bakugo starts the battle, with shooting a flurry of explosions at Goku. Goku using his ki blast to counter them, but Bakugo uses the smoke created by the collisions as cover for him to blast into the sky, and shoot a massive explosion down at Goku. Goku flies towards Bakugo, grabbing his two arms to prevent Bakugo from moving them. Goku then headbutts Bakugo, making Bakugo's nose bleed, but Bakugo then aims his hands at Goku, blasting him with a powerful explosion in the face and sending Goku back. Goku and Bakugo both land back on the ground of the stage, staring at each other with a great intensity. Bakugo is infuriated that Goku got stronger by learning from his quirk, and he will prove that his power is superior. Bakugo rushes towards Goku once again, charging up the most powerful explosion he can muster, and Goku rushes towards Bakugo with a ball of ki in his hand, the two clashing in the middle of the stage, and creating a huge gust of smoke, and making a massive shockwave. The smoke clears, and Bakugo is laying out of the ring. Goku is also outside of the ring, however he is slightly hovering above the ground, meaning Goku wins and moves on to the final round. Goku and Todoroki both enter the arena, the crowd cheering as the final round is about to begin. The round commences, with Todoroki sending a giant wave of ice towards Goku, Goku punching the ice and it breaks on impact. Unlike with Todoroki's fight against Bakugo, Todoroki decides he will actually use his fire against Goku,
you don't need it, bro.
proving once and for all that he is stronger with his fire. Not his father's, his. Goku continues punching through Todoroki's ice, Todoroki then attacking Goku with a blast of fire, and Goku narrowly dodges the blast, but Goku then gets an idea. Goku continues to dodge both Todoroki's fire and ice attacks. Goku eventually jumping back, and he decides to test out his idea. Goku puts all of the energy in his body into the palms of his hands. Goku then cupping his hands as a blue ball of energy appears within them. Todoroki looks in shock, but then smirks, saying if Goku will break his limits, then so will he. Half of Todoroki's body then bursts into flames, as the giant ball of fire appears in his hand. Todoroki then using all of his concentration and energy, also pushing past an invisible barrier in his mind, and the other half of his body is covered in ice, and in his other hand, a giant ball of ice forms. Todoroki is in immense pain, and he knows for a fact he won't be able to pull something like this off again for a while, but this is his only chance at winning. The entire arena begins to shake at the sheer display of power from Goku and Todoroki, and as Goku pours the last of his energy into the ball of energy in his hands, he fires a beam. Todoroki firing his consecutive ice and fire blasts at the same time, and the attacks clash at epic proportions. All the pro heroes look in shock, as these two students were emitting so much power. Endeavour laughing, and shouting for his son to finish that brat off. And Goku hears all of his friends cheer him on from the stands.
Yes, sir.
Deku, Ida, Uraraka, and finally, he hears Momo shouting that he can't lose now. He eliminated her, so the least he can do is win this. Goku shouts, "Full power!" as his beam overpowers Todoroki's attack, and Todoroki puts a barrier of ice up at the last second to brace for the impact. Todoroki is then knocked out of the ring and completely unconscious, meaning Goku is the winner of the UA Sports Festival. And this is where we're going to end off this part. All of the students of Class 1A are sitting in their seats, as Mr. Aizawa pulls up the amount of internship requests each student has. Goku has the most requests, because of the amazing spectacles he made in the sports festival, along with actually winning it. However, Todoroki is still really close behind, thanks to Endeavor's influence, and Todoroki still did come second place in the sports festival. Everyone else decides to go to the same agency as usual, but with Goku, Aizawa gave him a suggestion. Aizawa introduces Goku to Nejire, from the big three of UA, as he saw a lot of similarities between their energy quirks, and he thought that Nejire would be able to help Goku have an even better control and versatility with it.
Okay.
Aizawa tells Goku that she is currently doing a business study in the Ryukyu agency, and if Goku wants to get stronger with his energy quirk, that might be a good option. Goku agreed as soon as he heard he could get stronger, so he joins the Ryukyu agency.
This story's actually
and after
good.
he puts on his new and improved hero costume, since the old one was destroyed in the USJ incident, Nejire begins to show Goku what she can do with her quirk, and Goku begins to imitate it. However, what Goku doesn't know is Aizawa also gave this suggestion in order for Nejire to keep her eye on Goku. Aizawa trusts Nejire as she is part of the Big Three, and he believes there's something off about Goku. It doesn't seem like he has a half and half quirk like Todoroki, as neither of his parents have those quirks. So how can he have multiple? And that isn't even including that strange transformation Aizawa watched Goku use, and nearly fight the Nomu to a stalemate with. Deku also got the idea of full cowling from Goku. Deku remembering Goku talking about his energy being spread out through his body. However, other than that, nothing interesting really happens. There's still the fight against Stain, with Deku, Todoroki and Ida, but that doesn't change, so we're going to move on to the final exam. Goku and Momo have been getting a lot closer, and the teachers realise this, so they specifically put them on different teams, and as long as Goku doesn't face All Might, he would win against his teacher, and luckily, he doesn't. So Goku finishes the exam, and we now head to the forest training arc. Goku choosing to wear his hero costume at the training camp, so he can get more experience wearing it. The bus stops on top of a mountain, and when all the students exit, they are introduced to the Wild Pussycats, and shortly after, they are all sent tumbling into the forest. Goku knows he could easily just fly over the forest, however that clearly isn't the point, so he fights through the forest along with his other classmates, eventually arriving at their training camp, and things remain practically the same, other than Goku is the one who flies up and prevents Mineta from looking over the wall at the girls, and when everybody is assigned their training methods, Goku is left for last, and Aizawa tells Goku that his goal is to unlock that transform state he used in the USJ once again. Goku needs to try emulate whatever emotion he used to access that power, and try to gain control of that transformation. He also wants Goku to increase his regular strength, along with how much of his energy he can fire out. And finally, he wants Goku to increase his flying speed. Goku says, that sounds like a lot more than most of his classmates have to do. But Aizawa simply says, that even though Goku is the winner of the USJ Sports Festival, he still has the most room to improve, because of the new abilities he is discovering. Goku nods, and he goes off to begin his training. Aizawa watching and contemplating. Nejire told him that Goku seems like a great hero in training, and very eager to learn, but Aizawa thinks there's still something off about him. And he isn't the only hero that noticed this. We now head to the evening, where people are doing the bravery test. Goku, Momo and Deku are all talking, when they hear a large explosion. Deku quickly rushing off to go find Koda, while Goku and Momo go to try find Mr. Aizawa. But while they are looking for him, they encounter Darby. Darby smirks, saying into an earpiece that he's found the kids, and he then tells the kids that they are coming with him. So how about they make things easy and just give up? Goku cracks his knuckles, telling Momo to run and find Mr. Aizawa while he handles this guy. Momo saying she can help, and Goku says he knows she can, but she can help more people if she finds Mr. Aizawa. Momo knows Goku is right, so she reluctantly says fine as she runs away. Darby smirking, and thinking that things just got a whole lot easier, and he then shoots his blue flames at Goku. Goku quickly jumping out of the way and flying into Darby, punching him in the gut, and he sends Darby flying into a tree. Goku then looks at Darby, though Goku looks confused as Darby seems to be completely made out of mush. But before Goku can do anything, Mr. Compressed traps him in a marble, and he tells his teammates that they got the main one. Now they just need the girl. Deku finishes his fight with Muscular the same way as normal, and he brings Koda to Aizawa, then warning Aizawa that the villains are here for Goku and Momo, and he tells Aizawa that the villain he was fighting started laughing and told him that they've already got Goku. Aizawa has a panicked expression on his face. Deku then running off and looking for Momo, and he's only able to find her just as she is turned into a marble by Mr. Compress. Deku then looks in shock, as Mr. Compress is holding not 2 marbles, but 3, and as Mr. Compress begins to walk backwards through a portal along with the other villains, Deku jumps out, narrowly grabbing one of the marbles as the portal closes. Bakugo then appears outside of the marble, screaming in frustration as he was tricked by that bozo, but secretly, Bakugo is also feeling a kind of survivor's guilt, as he was the only one who was saved from being captured. Deku then faints, Bakugo carrying him to the main camp, and he remorsefully says that Goku and Momo were taken. Aizawa slams his fist into the ground, partly blaming himself. If he wasn't so suspicious of Goku, maybe he could have done more. Goku's eyes open. Goku realizes he is tied to a chair, and he looks around and he sees he's in a bar.
Goku, you don't get the fuck out of
then
that.
glares forward, seeing all of the League of Villains members, and Shigaraki walks up to Goku, maniacally laughing as he says, "Long time no see, kid." And that is where we're going to end off this part.
Alright, it's late. I gotta go. I'm sorry. Alright, part 3 through 5, we did that today. Okay, this story getting kind of good with Goku. I ain't gonna lie, I'm fucking with it. I'm really fucking with it. I didn't think I was gonna fuck with it like this, but it's really good. Goku just, I don't know, Shaker Shan doing his thing with the story. I fucked with it. For real. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Check out the first 2 chapters right here. Check out another video right here, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.